Lucas 23rd MAB, and we on, man. Let's cook. Hey, man, look, so today, man, I said so today. We got us. We got us another banger for you boys, man. And this is impressive, right? She dropped a video talking about the Grammys. And I know that Kendrick won 5 Grammys, but I didn't really get to see everything else. So this right here, we're gonna do a little recap, talk about it, break it down. Let's get into a like button, sub button. Let's go.
So this year the Grammys aired, and there were some moments that I do want to talk about. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all of the winners this year. I was actually really happy to see that Tim's won a Grammy. She actually won a Grammy for Best African Music Performance for her song Love Me JJ. And I think this is like her second Grammy. Her first one was with Future and Drake called Wait For You. So this is her first win on her own. So congratulations to her.
She looks beautiful, by the
Also,
way.
congratulations to Money Long. She actually was able to get a Grammy for her song Made For Me. And she didn't think that she was even going to be nominated because there were some issues when it came to the deadline of the submission of the song. But she got her award. So congratulations to Money Long. Also, congrats to Chris Brown.
Well
Chris
deserved.
Brown won Best R&B Album for his album 1111 Deluxe.
Well deserved.
Now, I was actually surprised that Chris Brown won because he has been blackballed from some mainstream industry spaces for a long time. And for good reason. I mean, he's had some controversies, including his incident with Rihanna, which happened a while ago. And so it has affected his reputation and his standing in the industry.
You know what's fun? You know what's fascinating to me? Like that whole situation with him and Rihanna, of course, was a big deal. We're not going to minimize it. It was a huge deal. But they were both teenagers. They both admitted that they had some wrong. They like Rihanna forgave them. They both moved on from the situation. It's funny how they both moved on, and Chris Brown is still being put in this negative light. Like, you got to understand something. Can you imagine making a mistake in your early 20s, teenage, 19, 20, earlier years, and people were still holding that mistake over your head 15 years later? Like, the crazy thing is, I feel like we gave him a harder time than we gave R. Kelly, which is crazy. Like, when R. Kelly stuff came out, his tape was floating around the hood. Niggas like, it's all right. Like, y'all just let it. I remember people were still working with R. Kelly. Like, they knew damn well that was his whole face in them tapes going crazy. Everybody saw it, and y'all was still, they was still working with him, still making out. Jay-Z made an album with him. They was still working with this man, getting songs written by him the whole nine. And nobody gave him slack for it, right? It took years for him to you know what I mean? It's like, it's super weird to me, man. I don't know. Of course, they were both wrong, but if we gonna judge people, judge them all the way. What R. Kelly did was insane work. Like, come on, man. It's crazy.
However, I do think Chris Brown has kind of been resilient, and he has proven that he's really a force. He's
For
a force
sure.
in R&B. There hasn't been any male R&B artist in this generation to pick up his torch. I mean, there have been some who tried. There's this artist named Josh Levi who I think
Who the
is
hell is that?
talented. And also Jacquees has tried. He has really, really tried. And y'all need to give him his credit for that. He came in full of delusion saying that he was the king of R&B. But you know what? I like the confidence. I like the delusion. Like, he really tried. So I'm going to give Jacquees his credit. But other than that, you haven't really seen a lot of R&B artists in Chris Brown's lane doing what he does. And of course, there's been successful ones like Frank Ocean and Bryson Tiller and Lucky Day and Khalid and so forth and so on. I mean, it's not like there hasn't been any guys doing their thing, but Chris Brown is the only one doing what he does at his level.
For
so
sure.
you can't really deny it. I mean, the man put in the work, and he is well deserving of this Grammy. Now, I want to get into all the TDE affiliates because they won pretty big this year. SZA won Best R&B Song for her song Saturn, which I love. So congratulations to SZA. Doechii won Best Rap Album for her album Alligator Bites Never Heal. And Doechii also performed at the Grammys. I thought her performance was great. I was very entertained. Doechii is really talented. That's
She's
one
amazing.
thing I'll give her credit for.
She's amazing.
She's very talented, very driven, and I am glad that she is getting the recognition and praise that she has worked hard for. Even though I don't feel like her recent push has been completely organic, if I'm being honest,
What does that mean?
but I still think it's good that she has a team behind her that is really investing in her. So
What do you mean by it's not completely organic? What are you talking about? What do you mean? She got with a label. They were being strategic. They put pieces together and made it work, right? They leveraged the fact that they have Kendrick, they have SZA, and it benefited her. Like what do you mean? Like her fan base is organic. They watched her from the jump. She's been killing it for years. She didn't just come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She didn't just come out of nowhere on some. You know what I mean? Like she literally been grinding for years for this. Nah, like we're not gonna play Doechii like she didn't deserve every ounce of this Grammy. It's insane.
that's good for her. Now, immediately after she won her Grammy, she released this song called Nosebleeds. And honestly, y'all, it sounds exactly like Nicki Minaj, from the cadence to the accents to the sounds. Like, it's undeniable. And Doechii takes a lot of inspiration from different artists. Like I've said before, I feel like Doechii reminds me a lot of people like Nicki Minaj and Azalea Banks and Doja Cat and even Bree Runway and LaKaylee 47. Like, she reminds me of those different artists at times. And while I don't think anything is wrong with her taking inspiration from these ladies, I really want her to be careful not to lose that originality, because it is an important fabric of being an artist. Now, I want to talk about the biggest winner of the night, which is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar was nominated for 5 Grammys for his diss song against Drake called Not Like Us.
It got dark for that.
And
man.
guess what, y'all? He won all 5,
Woo.
including the major categories like Song of the Year and Record of the Year. He actually beat out Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter and Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, which I believe were major songs too. So
was a hit.
it was really surprising to me. Honestly, him winning for a diss song is very surprising to me. And even though I like Kendrick Lamar and I'm excited for everything he has going on, from his Super Bowl performance to his upcoming tour, I still feel kind of weird about him being rewarded for dissing another rapper.
What the fuck? No. Diss songs are a part of hip hop. Like, wait, we're not doing this. He deserved that. And also, they not like us as like a national anthem, especially in California. I mean, literally, that song came out almost a year ago, right? And it's still being played nonstop in LA. Like, how do you understand like how big that song was? Like, that song was big, even though Birds of a Feather, I love that song by Billie Eilish. That's my shit, ain't gonna lie to you. I love that song. The song's a hit. But They Not Like Us is a juggernaut of a smash. Unstoppable of a smash. Like, it is crazy. And diss songs are a part, they're a part of hip hop. It was a hip hop category. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of our music. It's a part of our culture. And yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, they could deserve every ounce of those Grammys. Like that. Yeah, no, he deserved that. And it is what it is. And also, the Grammys is petty. So the Grammys don't like Drake. So they make sure to give Kendrick all those. They make sure to give Kendrick all those awards. But it's well deserved. That song was amazing. It really was amazing.
This has never happened
Best diss
in
song
music
ever.
history. Usually diss songs and rap beefs are designated for certain spaces, but the fact that the song has been honored in a corporate setting is kind of wild to me. And also,
Beautiful.
It didn't sit right with me when I saw the head of Universal Music Group, Lucien Grange, celebrating Kendrick's win with Dr. Dre. Now, if you don't know, Drake is going through a legal battle with Universal because he feels like they use fraudulent tactics to push Kendrick's song Not Like Us. And in the song, Kendrick is accusing him of being a PDF file and all types of stuff. So Drake has an issue with it, and he's taking legal action
Allegedly.
because he feels like corporations have really teamed up to take him down. And it's pretty obvious when you see the head of Universal, Lucien, celebrating his demise. So that didn't really sit right with me. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I know some people are team Kendrick, and I get it. I like Kendrick too. And yes, he won the rap battle fair and square,
Whooped his
it's
ass.
more sinister when you see that the whole industry is in on this takedown of Drake. Kind of similar to how they did Nicki Minaj. But with Drake, he's really getting his lashings on a major level. Like the
You gotta
whole
understand something. Why is this happening to Drake? Why are all these artists and labels against Drake? Why do y'all think that is? Think about it. It's the things that Drake do behind the scenes that we don't know about, right? I mean, with Rick Ross, French Montana, ASAP Rocky, The Weeknd, Future at a point, Metro. Why are all these rappers going against Drake? I'm telling you, why? I understand one or two, but why that many? Think about it. Drake behind the scenes be doing some wild shit. Sliding your wife's DM, trying to talk to your girl, trying to take your girl. He be doing some wild shit, right? And everything is starting to backfire. He at first he was a head nigga in charge. Not anymore. The tides has changed. Kendrick is the number one rap artist. It's clear as day. At first we was having a debate. Drake, Kendrick, or J. Cole. Which one of those are the best? Now it's clear as day who's number one. Drake, I mean J. Cole I love J. Cole, but he don't even get mentioned in this conversation when it comes to who's the best MC, right? It's just the way that he fell out of that situation, even though I respect it and what he did. But in this art form and how he did it, you don't back out of shit. You gotta go head up. You gotta catch that fade, win, lose, or draw. Even if you don't, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But Kendrick is number one, and Drake behind the scenes do some wild shit. And this is what happened.
Audience in the Grammys were singing along to Not Like Us.
That was crazy.
Even his peers were dancing to it.
It was wild.
Taylor Swift's drunk self was dancing to it. And one of these days, we're going to have a talk about Taylor and her drinking. I know she likes to have fun, and it was cool to see that she was enjoying herself, even though she didn't win any Grammys that night. But I noticed that she likes to drink, and I don't mean drink. She likes to drink.
What's wrong with that?
Tay be getting lit at these award shows, and I sometimes wonder if she has a problem, but that's besides the point.
Man, look, let that girl drink. You know what I'm saying? She ain't doing nothing wrong. She employs a million. Look, Taylor Swift is out here on tour selling out arenas, not like bigger than the Super. She's selling out more like 80,000 seat arenas, bruh. She let her ass drink. You know what I'm saying? She worked her ass off. She deserve a drink. Yeah, I'm lucky. You made me look. She not up there like you. You know what I mean? Let her drink. Give her a whole bottle.
She not only was dancing to Not Like Us, but Beyonce was too. And I was like, wait a minute, Beyonce.
It's a hit.
What did Drake ever do to you but show you love and pen songs like Mine and Heated for you? Like, Beyonce, why are you dancing to this? Is it because your husband doesn't like Drake? Is that why you dancing to it? I understand that Not Like Us is an infectious record, so everybody's going to be singing along to it. But it was just really amazing to see how nobody in the industry even cared to be politically correct about this. They didn't care how it looked to be singing along to a diss song against Drake. That was very, very telling to me. I thought that was interesting and a little messed up, to be honest. Now, I want to get into another big winner of the night, which was Beyonce. Beyonce won 3 Grammy Awards for her album Cowboy Carter. She actually won Best Country Duo and Group Performance with Miley Cyrus for her song Two Most Wanted, which I thought was well deserved. That was one of the best songs on the album. And also she won Best Country Album, which was presented by Taylor. And you could see the look on Beyonce's face. She was shocked. She did not think that she was going to win that one. I don't think she campaigned for that one, to be honest, but the voters voted for her, so she won. And that was cool. And she also won Album of the Year for her album Cowboy Carter. Album of the Year is the most coveted award at the Grammys, and it's the most important one. And it's also the one that Beyonce has never gotten before in her career until now. She's been vying for this award for a very long time, and it's great to see her finally get it. And she broke records. Like, she is now the most Grammy awarded artist in history. She has 35 Grammys. She's actually the 4th Black woman to win Album of the Year. I think Natalie Cole, Whitney Houston, and Lauryn Hill won before her.
Wow.
But it's crazy to think that the last time a Black woman won Album of the Year was in 1999.
Damn.
It took 26 years for another Black woman to win, which is wild. So I'm glad that Beyonce won for that reason alone. And she won in a country music category, no less. That's a major achievement. It really is. So congrats to her. But I have to have a real conversation about this.
Let's talk.
I don't think Cowboy Carter should have been the album that Beyonce got an AOTY for. Lemonade was the album she should have gotten an AOTY for.
I agree.
That album was worthy of the acclaim, honestly. Cowboy Carter, on the other hand, was underwhelming to me. It was okay. I didn't feel like it should have won over Billie Eilish's album, if I'm being honest. And
yeah, Billie Eilish album was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Look, her album should have won. I ain't gonna lie. I was very surprised when Beyonce won. Even though I love Beyonce, I do feel like they gave it to her because Jay-Z pretty much put them on blast. Like, how does she have the most Grammys but no album of the years? Like, and he kind of put that in their head, and he was like, "What's going on here?" It's kind of suspicious. You hear me? But yeah, Lemonade. She should have won album of the year for Lemonade. That album was dope. This album wasn't bad, but I don't know. But Billie shit was actually, her album was cold. Her album was,
Billie was disappointed that she lost in that category. I kind of feel like the Grammys gave Beyonce the AOTY as a consolation prize because they have been criticized for snubbing her in the past. So now they're just like, here, girl, take it and go. That's kind of how it felt like. And I do think Jay-Z's rant against the Academy last year was very effective because he called the Grammys out last year for not giving Beyonce an award for Album of the Year.
She has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year.
Yep.
So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. Some of you don't belong in the category. All right, no.
So I wholeheartedly believe that this speech is one of the reasons why the voters decided to give Beyonce the award this year. And once again, it kind of makes it seem like it was just given to her just for her and her fans to be quiet about it. But regardless of why they gave it to her, I think at this point in her career, she earned it. And I'm going to consider this a win for Lemonade because Lemonade was the one who really deserved that AOTY, in my opinion. Also, I did hear Beyonce is going on tour too, y'all. I think partly why she's going on tour this time around is not only for the extra money, but she's doing this on behalf of Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z has this 10-year deal with Live Nation. So to complete this deal, he has to keep giving them tours, but he's using other artists to do it. He's obviously pushing Beyonce back on the road because she is the biggest moneymaker that he knows. Not only that, he has his hands in the whole Kendrick and SZA tour too. He not only secured their spot for the Super Bowl halftime show to give them major publicity, but also he has his hand in the sponsorship of their tour through his affiliation with Cash App. Cash App is sponsoring the tour, and he sits on the parent company of Cash App called Square. So Jay-Z has been really pulling some strings behind the scenes, and he has been sending everybody to work while he sits back and collects checks. And sooner or later, Blue Ivy's going to be working full time too. She's going to be his backup plan when Beyonce decides to put her foot down and say, I'm tired, I don't want to tour anymore. But I don't think Beyonce is going to stop touring anytime soon because Beyonce is his biggest cash cow. Like, he needs her to go to work so he could get these major deals. He also has been using her as a distraction from some of those allegations too, but that's neither here or there. We don't know if those are true or not anyway. But tell me what you all think about this video.
All right, man. So great video, impressive, not bad at all. The Jay-Z situation is wild, but I'm proud of Kendrick overall. Proud of Kendrick. Proud of Beyonce. Proud of AOTY. Phenomenal. I'm proud that we took over hip hop. Our culture took over the Grammys. We are the strongest. Like, when it comes to music, hip hop culture is the most dominant. Everybody is influenced by hip hop culture. The K-pop world, country, every other genre of music is inspired by our culture. So we deserve all that. Every type of award, we deserve it. I ain't gonna hold you. Like button, sub button. I'll see you boys soon, man. Kingston, Majesty. Hey.